Good morning and welcome to the August edition of Wargaming in a Cave. Today we are refighting Aspen Essling. You'll remember, if you've seen my previous videos, that we fought this a couple of years ago. That was a 2-day battle. We thought we'd give it another go. We've cut it down slightly because we've only got a day to play it in. So the forces are slightly reduced from the game we did a couple of years ago. I hope you enjoy it. There'll be regular updates and a video will be completed at the end of the battle. Right, time for a quick tour of the field. Okay, here we go. So these are the French defending, I always get it around the wrong way, Essling, where the granary is. I'm not quite sure, I can't recall where on eBay I got the granary from. It was a manufacturer I don't often use. It's made of a sort of plastic. As you see, it's come up reasonably well as far as painting is concerned, and it's currently defended by French light infantry. As we move across, we have more French cuirassiers and battalion of Young Guard. They're light infantry masquerading as Young Guard. The Emperor himself has got his campfire on the go. The centre currently occupied by French infantry with the light cavalry ready to charge forward when required. And here we are, Aspen. You can see the church is currently defended by French line troops. And if I rotate round, I'll take you on a quick tour of the Austrians. Starting on this side, looks like cavalry deployment, lining up against the granary. No doubt planning to try and drive our skirmishers off. These Austrian cavalry here. You see massed ranks of Austrians. Not really a battle designed for finesse. I think it's simply a question of getting in and into contact and bludgeoning your way to victory. Well, that's probably the Austrian plan, but doubtless time will tell. As you see, there's scan round the other side. Oh, there's some Prussian cavalry masquerading as Austrians. I haven't seen that before. And the Austrians complete their deployment down to the, I believe it's the Danube, if my history serves me. So this is the field from the other side. There's Napoleon just putting his provisions away, and we'll update you as battle commences. We're using GDA, which are, in my view, the best Napoleonic rules out there, and we'll keep you updated. Cheers, bye. Completed 2 turns, and it's already seen decisive action around Aspen. You'll notice the French here and here have both retired because, following some excellent artillery firing, the Destiny roll caused the brigade to take caused the brigade to falter at the start of this turn, and Martin's roll then caused it to retire. So those 2 battalions retired, leaving the French defenders of the church by themselves. They've just been charged by that Austrian brigade, and after 2 rounds of hand-to-hand have been kicked out. So it's not looking very good at Aspen. Thankfully, the Austrians here haven't quite got in ahead of the French having a chance to reoccupy it, but the French desperately need the initiative next turn, otherwise they're going to be in trouble. And the centre is not going much better either, because this heavy cavalry unit of Austrians has ridden down French infantry battalion. Their support have taken some considerable casualties from the artillery, but that said, the Austrian cavalry are dominating the centre of the table at the moment. It's much quieter over at the granary in Essling. Minimal casualties so far. The French cavalry have seen off the Austrian cavalry to begin with, although casualties have been inflicted by artillery fire from here. Those Austrian cavalry were forced back, but more Austrian cavalry are being brought up in an effort to drive off the French cuirass. So as I say, we've only had turn 2, and quite a bit has happened. Great set of rules. By the clock, in this really exciting game, we've only completed 5 turns, but so much has happened. The advantage of starting with the forces quite close together means that there are charges and melees right from the outset. We finished were beaten, as I say, by the clock. It's a French winning draw, I think, is the best way of describing it. As you can see, they've just managed to hold on to the granary, and having lost last turn the village for Essling, the French light infantry managed to recapture it this turn. Over on the flank, it's a little bit of a stalemate. The Austrians haven't quite put enough pressure on the French to turn the flank. In the centre, Austrians have got the upper hand. They've bounced off this cavalry here. Those columns saw them off, and they're in quite a good position, if we were carrying on, to proceed with their attack in the centre. And as you can see, although those cavalry units have taken quite a few casualties, they've still got plenty of uncommitted units to bring to bear, and the French are pretty much all in. Over at Aspen, the church remains in Austrian hands, but the village, as you can see, Archduke Charles celebrating a Pyrrhic victory. You can see that the village has just been retaken by the French, but the Austrians, if we were able to carry on, are in a good position to counterattack. So, in essence, I think a marginal French victory, but a damn good game. I would recommend forces starting quite close together. Not every time. It's a bit of a slog over built-up areas, but it certainly makes for an interesting game. That's it from Wargaming in a Cave. Until next time.